Performing sewer line inspection for 2046 West 112th Street, Los Angeles, Cal. Property built 1947, 3-bath. It faces north, the property, but I'm going through a clean out at the rear ADU here. So it's the furthest point. So now, right here, I am lateral. This is your main lateral sewer pipe. So this is coming off of the rear ADU, and then the 14 feet 8 inches, that's distance traveled, and then -2 degrees on the bottom left hand corner is the slope of the pipe. I want to see a negative slope, because what happens is if you have a positive slope or a slope, improper slope, this rear sewer won't drain properly. So let me just push this out. So this sewer line appears to be traveling towards the city street. See, that's what happens here. I'm getting, some slope issues. It's almost like straight. Now, there you go. Turn here. And then, so if you have slope issues, you could get this area where it starts to belly. So we'll see. We shouldn't be underwater. Right here, I'm kind of underwater. And the line's already been installed, but it has a little belly there. You're gonna have to, if you're gonna replace that, you have to cut concrete, try to get proper drainage, proper slope. Let me push as far as I can. And then, so this property has a clean out in the front. So I might have to redirect and put my camera back up there, just because it'll get harder to push. I'm 92 feet out. That's where it goes to clay. I might have to just abort here and then restart at the rear, at the front, I mean. So now I'm just going to retract my camera. Before that, let me just flush the toilet here. I'm going to see how this is draining. This is for the, I'm going to flush the rear ADU toilet. Be right back. All right, flushed the toilet. Let's see if we see the water flow by. I don't see any water flow. Could be because it's so far back and the minimal slope of the sewer line. I don't see any water flush. Hose in here now. Let's see. I'm putting hose water in here. I did see a little bit of water flow by, but not like a took a little second. Alright, well, it's flowing now. So now I'll just turn off the water and then visualize this lateral sewer pipe coming back. Go back. Alright, I shut off the water, but it's still going to flow for a second. Let's retract the sewer camera back, and I'll watch that. So here's where it's collecting water. You see that? It's just still flowing. Maybe it's because it's so far out. Let's beside for a second. All right, I'm going to retract my camera. So it appears that this drainage here at the rear is connected to the sewer. So it's not supposed to be connected to the sewer, but it is. So what's going to happen is you're going to have, when it rains, a lot of water going into the city sewer, which they don't like that. And if they find out, it could be an issue. So this is where you have a low slope right here. See, I'm underwater. It's a big belly. So that's why when I flushed the toilet, I couldn't see it. Collected some grimace on my camera head. All right, so let me just backtrack this almost to the end. I'm going to flush the toilet again. Yeah, so that's one of the concerns is when you have an ADU, the sewer line has to have proper slope, and it appears that it kind of doesn't. I'm want to see that flushed water. All right, flush the toilet. So yeah. So and what's happening too is I'm going to turn this water on here at the drainage. Yeah, and that's connected to the sewer as well. So I'll note that. You know, it's not supposed to be that way, but I'll note it here. So what you'll have is you'll have a sewer smell here because of this open drain line. Basically, they put it in for drainage, but they connected. All right, so this is the clean out here. This is the house, and then this drain here is connected to this sewer. So what happens is when it rains, you'll get a lot of water coming in here, and then it just drains into the sewer and goes out your sewer, which is not really recommended. So I'm just going to note it. All right, thanks. All right, now I'm going to go to another clean out. This is located at the front. So I got to here, and then I started having trouble pushing the camera because it was such a long distance. So now I'm just going to go in and inspect the rest of the sewer pipe. And this is where it transitions to clay. From the starting point right here, 11 feet transitions to clay. So you push past this clay. This camera is a self-leveling camera. So once I get to the city connection, I'll note any issues that I do see. You do have a little bit of grime growing from one of the joints here. Could be a tree root. It's not that big, so I'll note it. There's some more tree root right there. Or some kind of barnacle. I see that quite often. It's like something that grows out of the joints. A little damaged joint there, nothing crazy. Another little barnacle there. So right now I do recommend having it hydrojetted. See how this is kind of an issue right there. Yeah, you have another little barnacle there. Pushed past it. Sorry about that picture. But let's see how far I can get to the city connection. Once it starts to turn, that's the city connection right here. Put it in the city, backtrack it, and then yeah, the city's kind of grimy and grimace. So what I do now is I'll go flush the toilet. Be right back. There it is. All right, all done. I'm just going to retract my sewer camera. There's the flush toilet. And I do recommend having this sewer line hydrojetted just because we saw those little barnacles. Be right back. I'm going to retract my camera. So yeah, here now we're coming back dry. My camera's pretty clean now. See those barnacles there? Grimace, grime. There's right there. So I do recommend having this hydrojetted just to clear out the line. You know, multiple little issues. The joints that have little grime and grimace at the joints. There's another one right there. Another one right there. Not much. It's kind of overkill, but just to kind of clear it out. All right, so I'm all done. Give me a call if you have any questions. So far, I mean, it looked fairly decent. You know, a few little issues here and there, but nothing too crazy. All right, give me a call if you have any questions. Thanks again.